Hello. Part 2. Terry-Pratchett-Nation. Handy-dandy notes. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. This has other things on it. Mostly things from work. I said, hey, I should tell Eric these. And then they happened, and then I just kept the piece of paper. So, yeah. I thought it was neat because, I mean, you've read tons of Pratchett, and I haven't read any, so we're gonna get 2 points of view on here. As far as a first Pratchett goes, you're right, this doesn't seem as funny or quirky as anything that you or Ian had made Pratchett out to be, so... I also thought it was interesting how you'd considered it very anti-religion, and sometimes that happened, yeah. I mean, it just seemed realistic, because for a kid who was the remaining survivor of this thing that killed everybody he knew, that's gonna happen. It's just realistic. So it was excessive and angsty and all, but anybody in those shoes would be excessive and angsty too. So I just thought it was realistic enough to be irritating to people who hadn't lived through that, but understandable for the circumstance. Okay, this is the part. I just took notes as I went along, so they're sort of chronologically in order, as far as whenever I thought of them. I liked I thought it was a cute culture, with emo and the Kaha, who reminded me of the Lone Power, and overpopulation, the whole dolphins in heaven thing. It was cute. Bit of an abandonment problem, but it was cute. I liked Nawi. He was that clever old dude who, was all, you don't need to be muscly and everything, you can be smart too, hey? Yeah? And that was, I liked him. I loved the grandfather birds too. Eating anything, just puking it up if it didn't work. I just thought that was great. And kind of grandfathery, I suppose. Poking Mao to see if he were dead yet. I thought that was great, and how they just and how he had one line, it's like, and if they sat there and stared long enough, eventually, it would die. So that's how they would hunt things. Yeah, the Mao and the religion bit. But it was like, he was black and white, too, because he does, on one hand, he completely did not believe in this god or anything, but at the same time, he heard the grandfather's voices in their heads, and somebody pointed that out at one point, too, maybe the priesty dude, I don't remember, but it wasn't black and white. And he missed dogs. I mean, granted, I'm a cat person, but it was a good line. Dogs added something that even people didn't. I have no idea what that wrote. Oh yeah, Mao and I both love pockets. Love pockets. So handy. Yeah, with the flood store, I was wondering if Pratchett made up this religion, or if he'd actually just derived it from someplace, but obviously he made it up, because at the end, in the little author's note thing, said, yeah, this place doesn't exist. But, everybody has a flood story. It's like, oh, flood story. And yeah, that was about it, that. I did not care much for Daphne. She was so full of herself, and, like, refusing to tell about her past and everything. And really, it wasn't that impressive a past, and, she didn't impress me. But I did like her and Mao's relationship, how it was just, like, awkward, yet they were utterly known to each other, and they respected each other, or do anything for each other, but had no idea how to really communicate. Even with learning each other's languages, they were still so foreign to each other, possibly just from that boy-girl bit. It did make me think, oh, our lives are really useless, aren't we, when we're compared to that? Because we've got TV and this and that and things that we don't really need. I mean, we don't really need books. We could be storytellers. So that's my personal occupation out. And I'm not even going to get started on a person teaching English, teaching literature. But instead, I mean, my dad's got this phrase he got from somebody, and it's like, if you can't be handsome, at least you can be handy. And he loves that, and so he goes around, he can fix this, fix that, and he's just useful. And he's a good person to have around. Other people can be good conversationalists or anything, but we don't do much, we don't contribute much. So, yeah. And yeah, the epilogue. I was right with you and the kids too. Why didn't they get together? I was like, but it was realistic, and I mean... Hello.
Hi. You doing something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi. I lost my train of thought. Okay, that's it then. Yes. Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. Cheers.